Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully I am live. I think I am live. Weekly Friday live stream. A little bit late today. Try to go around 1 o'clock. It's not a set schedule or anything, but I just met another prospect, if you will, to pressure wash their pool deck and their driveway. It'll take me like an hour max. 500 bucks. I mean, where are you gonna make $500 an hour, man? And I'm fortunate enough to be in a market where there's only one other person in my area that pressure washes. Man, it is really dark in here today. Hang on. Sorry it's so dark. It's like rainy outside, and I usually have the window light coming in from this side, so you might not be able to see half my face, unfortunately. I do have this ring light here, but it only does so much this way. But it being stormy outside, it makes it kind of dark over here, so it is what it is. What is up? What is up? I finally got a haircut, and I have been everywhere today. And it's already 1 o'clock. Jay, give me a load. John Williams, Jay, give me a load out of OKC. I mean, if I had a load, I would, but, I don't have a load, my friend. Okay. What is up? What is up? How's it going? How's it going? So far, my hourly rate, if I went by hourly, thanks, man. I appreciate it. They're going to keep getting better. Right now, I'm doing pressure washing, and let's just say my hourly rate right now is very high, okay? I just quoted a job just then that'll take me an hour max and $500. So, and I'm only using Facebook, my Facebook page I made, and I haven't even done Google My Business yet. So, and I'm getting tons of business. I'm stuck. What are you stuck on? What are you stuck on? I'm going to see if I can get some music here. Something in the background. Can't remember what email I used. Nope. Was it this email? Give me just a second. Okay, never mind. Yo, Jay, I just saw a new mentorship, $100,000 in 4 months. Should I join? No way. Oh, I thought you meant the price of it was $100K in 4 months. I was like, they are not doing surely. But if they're advertising you'll make $100K in 4 months, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. It's like, man, love. Hey guys, get rich quick. Pay me $2,000. It's so funny. What advice do you have about not getting stuck in dead areas while OTR? I'm stuck in Oklahoma. It's Friday and I need a load. Man, hop on those phones right now. Get what you can get, man. It's not always about rates sometimes. You know what I'm saying? People say don't take cheap rates, but would you rather drive deadhead out of that dead area, or would you rather take a load that at least puts diesel in the tank and get you out of the area? You know what I'm saying? Just take whatever you can get at this point, man. If it's a dead area, that's what you just gotta do it. That's just how it crumbles. You know what I'm saying? It's how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, young AKS. I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse. Like I feel like certain people are aware But a lot of people are just taken advantage of by like trusting in people, just like I've said over and over. At this point, like I've been threatened legal action against. It's so stupid, man. Like we're on a public platform, and like they can't take the heat. You know what I'm saying? When somebody actually starts making sense and preaching common sense to people, like, hey, listen, you realize that if 40 people buy their mentorship stuff, that they just basically printed $200,000. I promise they're not making that money from trucking. They're making it from the courses they're selling you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, they might have a big brand new 2022 BMW, but guess where they made that money to get that? Off of you guys. People just can't put two and two together, I guess. It's just freaking hilarious to me. Anyway, today I wanted to talk mainly about pressure washing, but I'll answer trucking questions when they come in and all that good stuff. Sorry, man, just thought I'd joke with you real quick. Yeah, it's no problem, man. It's no problem. I just feel like I'm beating a dead horse and getting threatened legal action against. I'm just like, man, not it's all good. It's all good. You don't have to say sorry or nothing like that. It's just so funny that people are like, yeah, but he's got a big brand new 2022 truck and a big brand new 2022 BMW, and it's like, bro, if 20 people bought his junk, that he just made 100K. New truck's like what, 145, and Beamer, depending on what it is, I mean, you can get them as low as like what, 40. It's like, sell 40 courses and you're making 200K. Like, starts making sense how they get that stuff. It's like he's not doing that truck, and it's just so funny. Okay, I'm about to take this $1,100 for 700 miles and get out of here. Hey, man, sometimes that's what you got to do. Think about it. Would you rather be sitting there, just sitting there, not making nothing, or would you rather just get basically anything to move? You know what I'm saying? It's just that's how trucking is, man. That's why I say, it can't be a perfect world always. It can't be $2.50 a mile, $3 a mile always. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do. If y'all don't care, hit the like button. If y'all don't care, 6 people in here, 1 like. Come on, baby. Get it out to more new people. I was watching, I always like to just watch, because when I'm not doing anything else and I'm sitting there or I'm pressure washing, I'll put them in my ear. I always like to listen and watch, like Trucking Out the Box, Big Vic, and Box Truck Couple and stuff when they go live. I like to listen. That way I'm aware of what they're saying. And it's like, they're like, hey, man, we'll give you this free information, but only if you get us up to 100 likes. It's like, and they just keep preaching that over and over and over, and then it's so funny. Oh, man. If it's good and you're giving good information, people will like the live stream. It's so funny. Anyway, whoever's sitting in here that ain't talking, what's going on, man? What's going on? How's everybody's week been? Mine has been freaking fantastic. I landed a local college pressure washing job, 1900, like I said before. 8 tennis courts, didn't take long at all. My rate per hour right now is insane, but I don't charge per hour. I charge per square foot, you know what I'm saying? But I broke it down by hour, and I just got done quoting this morning, driveway and pool deck, $500 maximum. It'll take me an hour, let's say hour and a half, if that. You're talking like $500 an hour, and I guarantee you ain't going to make that trucking. You're going to be on that road 11 hours, just like you said, $1,100 for 700 miles, You got to put in those hours driving there and stopping, peeing, getting gas, doing what you got to do. And that takes away at the time. Like, what advice do you have to give on hiring a driver? Some of these drivers finesse and say they have all kinds of experience. Omar, I got your comment. I commented back, and I actually made a video for you guys on there, showing exactly how to copy paste and use it. And I was very tired. I was running on like 3 hours of sleep, so yeah, I was just like, here's how to copy paste. Click, click, copy paste. But there you go. And I ended the video. It's like 46 seconds. I was about to pass out. Um, but thanks for liking the videos. I appreciate you being a patron. In terms of John Williams' questions, advice on hiring drivers, man, whatever you do, don't hire friends or family. Just trust me. Just don't do that. Don't do that. They'll let you down more than anybody, friends and family. I mean, ZipRecruiter, like, make some official postings, and there's ways to do background checks and make sure they give you at least some references and tell them it can't be their relatives and all that. It has to be previous job supervisors and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the best way. But yeah, just like young AKS said, sit in the passenger with the driver for a couple of loads. Yeah, do a couple loads with them. See how they operate. Tell them, you're going to turn them loose if they have a question to ask you. But for the most part, it's on them. You're just evaluating. You know what I'm saying? Dr. ER. Dr. DR. Or DR. DER. I seen D and R and thought doctor. DER. DR. How did you learn the chemicals to use? What type of insurance is necessary for pressure washing? Mainly contractor insurance. And you can call your local insurance company, whoever you have your car through, whatever, and they can bundle that together, and just ask them if they have pressure washing insurance. And just see what they say. It's not much. It's very little. A month. Maximum maybe $90 a month. Maximum. Lower than that, mine's around 40, so it's not bad. In terms of chemicals to use, it's just what I've learned watching like my dad and his friends that I used to help out. Like, hey, anybody need any help? When I was growing up as a teenager trying to make some money, and I'd go help pressure wash, and they would tell me, you know what I mean? Like, here's what you use, here's the mixture ratio, and I'm going to have videos coming out of my mix ratios and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that. And it's easy. It is honestly easy. No problem, John. It's very easy. Just make sure you have a business license. It can be sole proprietorship through you. You know what I'm saying? Starting out, you don't have to go pay a big $550 for an LLC or nothing like that, especially starting out, because you haven't even got your name out there yet. You know what I'm saying? When you're first starting, just get a business license from your local courthouse. That way, if the cops show up like, hey, you got a business license, you don't get in trouble, all that good stuff, and they shut you down. Just have it in your name, you know what I'm saying? And then insurance, you kill somebody's plants, you're going to wish you have some insurance, you know what I'm saying? But there's ways to get around from killing their plants, you know what I'm saying? Such as pre-soaking and all that good stuff. And I'm going to make some videos, don't worry. I'm going to set up a tripod and do the whole thing, record everything. So, be some good videos. Yep. I actually had a list here of what I wanted to go over. I made this earlier in the week. I've gotten a lot of customers from being a part of buy, sell, trade Facebook groups around my area. And I just post in there and post a picture, either during the job or before and afters. And I'm like, hey, anybody need pressure washing, let me know. Send me a message or here's my number. And that's where I've gotten most of my leads, which is kind of crazy. Now you don't want to obviously spam the groups and stuff like that, but man, you can get free leads. That's how I got that college job, for $1,900, essentially free marketing. Just taking the time to write the post and do the post. It was kind of crazy. We started out at quoting at $3,400, but the VP of the college didn't bite on it, and then we went down to 26, and then we went down to 19. He's like, "Oh yeah, we'll just use your credit card. You don't even have to run it by him." I was like, "That's fine." So, I heard someone mention using a pool chemical for cleaning. Yeah, I mean that's so. The number one chemical that all pressure washers use is sodium hypochlorite. That's all it is. That is the gravy and biscuits of pressure washing. You know what I'm saying? Um, it just depends on the percentage that you use. Now, if you go out here and get a 4%, 6%, it's not really going to work. I mean, it'll work, but it's not really going to work. You know what I'm saying? You're going to want at least above or at 10%. You're going to want that percentage of, just make sure it has sodium hypochlorite in it. Now, a lot of this stuff you see on shelves, like near pressure washing machines in Lowe's and Home Depot, they have stuff that's pre-made, but it only has like 4 to 6% in it. And while it will work, you're going to have to use more of it, which in turns is more money that you're going to spend on it, when you can just go get the big hot stuff and just save money that way. You know what I'm saying? There's really not a big secret of what chemicals to use. It's sodium hypochlorite. That's what it is. You just want 10% and above in the jug that you buy. That's what you want to look for mainly. But you don't just want to use straight sodium hypochlorite. You got to mix it with water and some kind of like Dawn dishwashing liquid. That's not the one that says do not use with bleach. That'll work. You can use Gain. You can actually buy a surfactant. That's what it's called. A surfactant that's specifically made for pressure washing. It's a little bit more expensive. You can start out with Dawn dishwashing liquid. I mean, it's already in the house. I'd say 90% of houses, you know what I'm saying? You can use that. And you put in like an ounce of that, so it's not much. Just gives it a little bit of suds, breaks up the dirt, stuff like that. I did want to go over the startup costs. Now, I did record a video of like the best beginner equipment, but I'm going to bring it up real quick. Let me see if I can find that real quick. So, where are we at? Google. I didn't want to go over it on the live stream, and I might just use it for the startup costs of video. And for those of you who watch like the videos I upload that I just took out of a live stream, just because it's easier on me, and somebody's already asked the question, I just cut it out and put it in a video. Those of you that watch those, I appreciate it. It just helps everybody out. I'm going to switch the screen now to, I believe it's this one. Yep. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, what kind of pressure washer do I use? 4 gallon a minute. Just make sure if you're planning on getting into pressure washing, make sure it is a minimum, as you can see on the screen, of 4 gallons per minute. The PSI really doesn't matter. Everybody thinks that, PSI is the big ticket. That's what you need to look for. It's actually the GPM, the gallons per minute. Now, if you just go into Lowe's and get one of these little 2 gallon per minute pressure washer, you're not going to do much. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, and the must-haves, very first one, you got to have a pressure washer. Make sure it's 4 gallons a minute. You can get away with 3.5 gallons a minute, but you might as well spend like $200 more and get the 4 gallon. It's worth it. Make sure it's a Honda engine, and it's in between $1,000 to $1,200. And I made a video on this stuff, but I wanted to go over these costs here. I'm going to take a calculator and show you how much you could literally get started for today. Yeah, I got the 4 gallon one with 3,200 PSI. That should be more than enough to get started, man. Should be more than enough to get started. I have been thinking about trying to get involved some type of way, pressure washing mobile homes and trailers. I mean, there's a market. Like I said, I landed that college job by posting in a Facebook buy sell trade group. People are on there all the time. So real quick, I'm going to go over the costs. Pressure washer costs, plus you're going to need a surface cleaner. You'll need some hose. You don't really need an injector, but you kind of want to have some extra, so we'll add 20 on there. And you'll want the nozzle kit, 2-story nozzle kit. That way you don't have to get up on a ladder and all that junk. Now look at those startup costs just for the must-have stuff. And this, let's add on another $100 for chemicals and gas and all that stuff. Look at that. Look at that. You think you could start a trucking company with $1,679? Think about how crazy that is. Is that not insane? And like that job I got by posting in a buy-sell trade group for $1,900 at that college. If I got the job before I even got the equipment, which you can do, you can go ahead and start, making a Facebook page, getting your name out there, and be like, hey, and go start quoting before you even get your equipment. That way you're not even in the hole yet, right? Once you get a job, go get the equipment, throw it in the back of the truck, whatever you got, van, go do the job, and look at that. I mean, I would already be, look, that first job would have paid for my startup costs, right? And then I've got some more like good to have stuff, which will add on like this. You don't really need these two things. You kind of need this, but not really. It comes with a 50-foot hose, and you're just going to be dragging your pressure washer around a lot. But you can upgrade to 100-foot. It's $140 extra. But just for the must-haves to start a pressure washing business, it's only $1,679. I mean, that's it's pretty much nothing, right? It's crazy. Why was your pressure wash so expensive? I got mine for $450. The one I got, the starter one I got, and then I'm going to eventually upgrade to an 8-gallon a minute and build out a whole trailer and stuff. But I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to make the business make that money first, and then once I have that money to upgrade, I want to let it upgrade itself. You know what I'm saying? I just went with the Simpson 4-gallon a minute, as it's like $1,080, and everything's went up. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a new engine, all that good stuff, and man, prices are just insane right now. So I was like, well, I'm going to go with what everybody else thinks that, the best starter one is. I went ahead and bought a brand new one instead of upgrading and all that good stuff. Got a text. But I mean, $1,600, and again, I landed a college job by posting in a buy-sell trade group completely free, just some before and after pictures you can do to your own driveway. They ain't going to know, you know what I'm saying? And you can do it before you even buy the equipment. Get the job quoted, land the job, then go get the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Let's subtract $1,679. Look at that. You would already be in the green. You're already in the green. After one job. Say it takes you 6 hours. One job. That's crazy. It's crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. But be on the lookout for this video too. I'm going to release this. I might release it later today. I might release it tomorrow. Schedule it for tomorrow. The best beginner washing equipment. And actually, I'm going to have all these links right here. Mainly the two main things you need is the pressure washer, the surface cleaner. And you really do need a hose unless you're going to use the customer's hoses, which they don't really look professional and stuff. And I wouldn't really want to use their hose because you don't know what's in it. So I would go ahead and buy a 100-foot garden hose, $65 on Amazon. So that's the three main things you need to start, really. And then you could get these little $15, $20 things and this little ball valve, which is awesome. Real quick, let me go grab this gun and let me show you this contraption that I put together. Check this out. So, and for YouTube, this is a spray gun. So check this out. This is an X-Jet. It's $200, and you can go down to 2,500 PSI, or you can go up to the max of, I think, 5,000 PSI. and it's very, very nice. I like it. You can soft wash with it, soft wash kind of. Here's the ball valve, and the reason that you want a ball valve, I don't know if you can see that. It looks kind of blurry. Let me look. Okay, so there's the ball valve. Now, why do you need a ball valve? And this will literally, hang on a second. This will literally come off. Quick connect. Okay. Now, why do you need this little thing? This is the third thing on the list. Why do you need this? So when you're switching from, say, your wand to your surface cleaner, if you don't have this, you have to lay down your wand or leave it where it's at, whatever. Go turn off your machine, your pressure washer, walk all the way back, unhook your wand, hook your surface cleaner up, then walk all the way back, turn it back on, and then walk all the way back and start surface cleaning. Instead, you have this on the end of your hose. You cut the water flow off. You just unhook from your wand. You hook up to your surface cleaner, and you just go. You don't have to go back and turn it off. You turn it back. You flow the water through. That's why you need a ball valve. That's why I put it as number 3 on the list. Let me put this back on here. Yeah, this is a little contraption I put together. I don't know if you can see it. I can't. It's like a little bitty screen on my screen. I'm going to start using that instead of the big long wand. I don't like the wand. I'm going to use that. The message is the woman, the boss of the house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying. All right. What's going on? What's going on? Anybody in chat? Anybody got any questions? Anything like that? Once you make a Facebook page, you can start using Facebook ads to get business besides like buy, sell, trade groups and different groups around your area. Let me pull back up this page. All right. You can start doing that. And once you make your page and you start running like $2 a day or something ads, like not much, like $1 or $2 a day, especially starting out, you're going to have a whole lot of capital, right, to throw at marketing. Once you do that, man, and you start like targeting down to like at least graduating high school, college graduation, people that you want to think in the mind of the customer that you want, right? Like, I want somebody that has extra money to blow. Like, yeah, they could do it themselves, but why would they do that when they're lazy? You see what I'm saying? You don't want to get somebody that is just price shopping and like, well, we thought about doing it ourselves. Could you do 100? It's like, if do it yourself, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna talk me down on the price, you know what I'm saying? I have a minimum. I will not go below 300 if I can help it. At the absolute worst, $200 to do a job. But I quote by that minimum and square footage. So if the square footage doesn't add out to be 300, then it's a minimum 300, no matter if it's just two swipes. That's for me to start up the vehicle and go to the location and clean, $300. That's just what it is. I think if you make flyers and targeting a few neighborhoods and go pass it out, you will do okay. Nah, I don't like the flyers. That's the old way. What are people doing today? Flyers, yard signs, all that junk. It's an inconvenience for people. Think about it. Now, if you throw enough garbage at them and they pick it up like, well, I guess I'll give him a call. Sure, I'm going to give him a call anyway and get him to quit throwing junk in my yard. You know what I'm saying? And quit putting stuff in my doors, wedging it in between my door seal there. You got an angry customer first off, and you're only going to convert like 0 to maybe 2% of those, right? Whereas, what are people doing when they get off work and get home? They hop on this little thing right here. They sit on the couch. They'll turn on the TV. They'll be on their phone scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? It's more convenient to do it that way, and it's cheap than to print out a bunch of flyers and get angry people calling you going, hey, can you quit? You know what I'm saying? Instead of actually getting customers that will convert. Make a video like, hey, it's Pristine Cleans Pressure Washing. We're having a sale, 15% off driveway cleanings. I'm Jay, message below, or contact me at this number, whatever. And then you post that as a Facebook ad. People are going to instantly see a face, a smile, and what a discount and a call to action. And they're going to be like, all right, I'm sitting on the couch. Ring, ring. And then I get a buzz. Hey, you care to do a driveway? 1,000 square feet? Yeah, $300. You know what I'm saying? You got to think, what is the customer doing? You think that they're going to be happy picking up trash and stuff that you're just constantly passing out? To me, that would be annoying. And I've never, like, when I get a flyer, I throw it away. You got to think about it. Got to think about it. Now, once you go meet a client, have business cards like this right here. Have business cards like this. And go. And even if you don't land the job, you're just taking a look at it and you quote them. They say, you give them one of these. That way they're like, I'm going to price shop some more, but say they don't find anybody. They'll use that as ammo that they did, but they probably didn't. And then they'll see my number on the back there like, oh yeah, I got his business card. Give them a call. That's the only time I'll give them stuff is if they have asked me to come out and I actually try to quote it and look at it and all that good stuff. And I'm actually going to do it. I don't take all jobs. I'm very picky. 4 gallon per minute. I mean, what? I didn't see your first message, Stephen O'Neill. I just see 4 gallon per minute. But yeah, I mean, where are you going to make $500, $200 to $500 an hour trucking? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are, man, if people only knew how much money people that make courses make from the courses more than they do actually driving the truck, it'll blow their mind. I'm going to go ahead and also I'm going to pin our Discord. It's where you can come hang out, talk to other people. Right now I see M Cabrera 21 hanging out in there right now in the voice chat. I'm going to go ahead and comment it and pin it as well. That's our Discord where hopefully our community if I could talk, hopefully our community can live outside of YouTube. People go in there and ask questions, and other people besides me help. There's other people that have knowledge as well, and you can get your question answered by not just me, people already in that community. It's completely free. It's kind of like you can text chat, you can also voice chat or video chat. It's like everything all in one. Right now we are at 40 members, actually, which is awesome. 40 members. Again, I've said it before. I'm thinking long term, and I want to see, KK in the chat 15 years down the road, and hopefully by then we're all very wealthy with all of our either side hustles or side hustles that became our main hustles that made us whatever, all the wealth that we could want, right? That's the goal of the channel. Great channel, great job. Thanks for the live, no problem. Why the need for 4 gallon a minute if last live you said you need no pressure after adding chemical? Technically, you could use a water hose, so why is 2.7 not good? So you could soft wash. That's right. You could just put chemical on there and use a water hose. I mean, you could do that. You could. It's just going to take you a very, very long time without any pressure. And 2-point-something gallons a minute really ain't nothing. More than a water hose. I mean, it's something, right? But it's not a big lot. You're going to want at least 4 gallon a minute. And the reason I say that is because, again, I value my time so much. So I recommend, if you get a pressure washer, also get a surface cleaner. Now, to use a surface cleaner, especially one that's 20 inches wide, you're going to need at least a 4 gallon a minute. And you'll have to go very slow with 4 gallon a minute. That's actually the good rule of thumb is 4 inches per gallon a minute, right? So technically, if you want to think about it that way, you should only use a maximum of 16-inch surface cleaner with a 4 gallon a minute, but it will get by with the 20. That way you're saving so much time. You're saving your back. That way when you're 80 years old, you're not hunched back like this, like from where you've been bent down all those pressure washing jobs, breaking your back. Instead, you use a surface cleaner and you let it do the work. You walk right through there. It's not only faster, but it's more efficient. That's why I say get a 4 gallon a minute. Not only is it going to save you a lot of time, let's say a 30-minute job, if you had a 2 gallon a minute, would take, let's say, 3 hours. Let's just use that comparison, right? 30 minutes to 3 hours. I would rather do the 30-minute job for me. And you can rent a lot of this equipment too, just like renting box trucks. You can rent a pressure washer from Home Depot for $90 if you just want to try it out here and there. It's like $90 a day. You can rent out a surface cleaner. You can rent a lot of the equipment until you save up enough from these jobs to get your own, if you want to do that. Now, the way I did it is I went and sold myself first before I even had equipment, right? Now, I had some rinky-dink, 2 gallon a minute equipment, but I wanted the big dog stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want an 8 gallon per minute, but instead I went with a 4. And I want a whole trailer built out, right? But I'm not going to do that until it pays for itself before I even get it. You know what I'm saying? Travis Stuckey just got on the live. Were you able to do the job at the college? I was. $1,900. I'm not completely finished. It's raining today. I was going to go back and maybe do another pass. It was not maintained at all. Those tennis courts, I bet they hadn't been maintained in 5 years. I mean, the mud on those were so thick and caked on there. He said that their tennis players were slipping and falling. I was like, yeah, I'd say so. It was so nasty and dirty, and you'll see in the before and after video. The mud on one of the tennis courts, I swear, had to have been that thick. Like a good eighth or a little more, 2/8, whatever. It was nasty. Disgusting. So I want to go back and just because my own state of mind, and I take pride in what I do, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure it's 100% good, right, is go back and do another pass. That's what I want to do. And no pressure, just soft. Just go back, do another pass of chemicals just to make sure I got all that done, because man, it's freaking nasty. But it's raining and storming today, so that's not going to happen today. That's why my right side's so dark, is because I usually use my ring light on this side and then natural light from this window. That's why my right side's dark today. Get that coffee up in me. Oh, yeah. What's going on? So I also want to do a little bit of flex here. Just a little flex, Got to flex a little bit, Who don't like a picture of cash? Check us out. Look at this. This is from the last couple jobs I did pressure washing. I can't even see myself. Let me make sure you guys can see it before I show. Look at all those hundreds. Hey. 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 I'm telling you, you guys need to hop in the pressure washing business. I'm just saying. Just saying, y'all. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't ever flex like that. I just want to show like what is possible with a little bit of groundwork. Any other jobs lined up? Yes, that is why I'm wearing. I don't just wear this on live streams. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing my business shirt that I use for pressure washing. And before I hopped on, the reason why I was actually a little late for today's live. I try to get here at 1:00. But I went and quoted a woman's driveway and a pool deck. It's going to take me like an hour 30 max, and $500. You're talking $500 an hour. Serious money. Serious money. Yes, Steven, I just answered Travis there. 2 questions in one. What do you think? But yeah, $500 an hour. I mean, tell me where you're going to beat that, especially like if you went to college. $500 an hour, man. Are there jobs that make that much now? Like hourly jobs? I can't think of any off the top of my head. Where are you going to make that kind of money? You know what I'm saying? Something to think about. I mean, you're making as much as a dang brain surgeon. You know what I'm saying? Freaking pressure washing. And anybody can do it. It takes a little bit of learning with chemicals, how to pre-soak stuff, what you need. But after that, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You put on the chemical, you wash it off with the customer's water. It's that easy. That's basic. If you already answered this, I'll just rewatch the slide. Nah, I'll answer it. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? What type of chems do you use? You want to use sodium hypochlorite. And you want at least 10% in the jug that you buy. 10% sodium hypochlorite at minimum. You don't want to go and buy the 4%, 6% sodium hypochlorite. You want at least 10. That's essentially the chemical, but you don't just want to use that straight. You want to mix that with like water, and your ratio is going to differ between, how dirty it is, how hot you want your batches. You want to mix that with water and then a surfactant. You want, surfactants are like Dawn dishwashing liquid, Gain. You can actually buy pressure washing surfactants specifically made for that, such as it's a little expensive. If I was starting out, if I were you guys, just go with Dawn dishwashing liquid, the one that says do not use bleach. You can use the one that says do not use bleach, but people were scared of, mustard gas and stuff like that. But I don't think you're not going to put enough for it to matter. You know what I'm saying? Like an ounce or two of dial dishwashing liquid. What's the ratio I used on the tennis court? It was 1-to-1, pretty much 1-to-1 with a little bit of Dawn. One to one. It works like a charm. I mean, shoot, that mud was so thick and caked on there. It was crazy. And it worked, man. It dug that up. It was eating it up, man. Got it all loose. I was like, heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I got, business cards here I got made for, I think it was like $30. I mean, look at all that. So I would recommend having business cards made. Just because when you go out and see it, or even after the job, depending on when you want to give it to the customer, I'll be like, if you got any other work or you want to recommend me to somebody, here's 2 business cards. Give them one, you keep one, or you can have just one, whatever you want to do. What is the ideal dwelling time for best results? Um, I mean, I sprayed it on there and let it sit like 15 minutes. That's my first break. Hang on. The boss is texting me. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Just let it sit there 10, 15, 20 minutes. The longer it sits, it's going to eat into that. But you may have to do more than one pass. You know what I'm saying? Do 2 passes, you know? Spray it on there. Let it eat up in there. If you have to, spray another coat on there. Let it eat more in there. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to rent one and practice on my driveway. I want to add another income source to my trucking business. That's smart. All these guys and girls and these people think that they can just do trucking and get away with it, especially being like a 1-2 man owner op business. It's especially with the current states of the market going like it is. I mean, I would not. You know what I'm saying? I don't love it enough to just break even or take a loss, and it's getting very close to that point for a lot of people. And my cost per mile is not that high. If I ran right now the way that diesel is and stuff, it's just not worth it. You can go out, just like I said, you can go out and make $500 an hour pressure washing, get it done. Let's say if you're a beginner, get it done in 3 hours. I mean, still $500, three. I mean, let's do the math right here. 500 divided by 3, that's $167 an hour. I mean, you're not only going to be close to home, you're going to make more in terms of per hour, if you think of it that way. But also per job, you're going to make more. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, you got to really like driving. You know what I'm saying? To want to keep doing trucking right now with the way things are going. In an already overregulated industry where it feels like you're wearing a shock collar. You know what I'm saying? Afternoon, Jay. Service work is growing like crazy. Just had a sub contact me about work. I told him he should get into a trade if he wants to build capital. Oh, 100%, man. 100%. I showed them earlier. I want to show, I'm not trying to flex, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I'll post this in the Discord stuff. But like, this is just from pressure washing in the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Look at, I mean, hold on, I can't even tell if you can see it. I mean, this is cash, like cash. You know what I'm saying? Oh God. I mean, that's $3,000 right there in cash. Like, where are you going to make that? You know what I'm saying? Like, service business right now is popping. Service business is popping right now. My hourly rate, man, is up there if I do it by hourly, but I charge per square foot. You know what I'm saying? But if you calculate it by hour, man, I mean, you're making what brain surgeons make if you think about it. Well, probably not, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, you're getting up there, and all you're doing is spraying chemical off stuff for just pressure washing. It's kind of crazy, kind of crazy. Yeah, good to see you this live. I mean, if you want to pop in, I can hop in the Discord chat and put on my headphones. It doesn't matter to me. Um, whatever you feeling. But yeah, people are sleeping on service industry. And in our little nook, you know what I'm saying, in our little niche here on YouTube of like box trucking and stuff, it's like, I don't know, it's not. I know a lot of people were commenting saying it's, that's their one way ticket to firing their boss, and I'm just like, man, I'm like, there's a lot less regulated industries to get into and make a lot more, or well, yeah, probably make a lot more per hour and be closer to home. A lot of people ain't ready to get away from home. I'm like, man, I'm gonna start preaching to some people, you know what I'm saying? Good money. Like I told you last week about that bathroom I did, took me a week, but it was $4,300. Yeah, man. I mean, and you were probably close to home, right? I mean, how one, and that's one single job. It's not like, you're having to get away from home, do multiple loads, multiple different brokers and all that stuff. I mean, that's one place you go back to. You know what you got to do, and once it's done, it's done. I mean, could you know what I'm saying? It's just so much better in my mind, the way I see it. Just so much better. And I'm trying to dominate my local pressure washing market, and I am like in a gold market right here because there's only one other guy that does it, and he can only do so much. And I have knowledge in Facebook ads, Google ads, all that good stuff, and I'm about to take it over. I'm taking this whole 3-4 counties over in my state. I know you might not want to disclose rates, but can you give a good range of hourly rate and also a range of good square foot rate? Steven, I don't do hourly. Like I said before, I could type it out. I have a minimum. Now, even if I have to go out and spray two little swipes, I charge a minimum of $300. Now, if I really need some jobs and I've not been getting any jobs, I'll do $200 minimum. But if for me to move that vehicle and take it to a location and unload the rig and start it up and all that good stuff and buy chemicals, I would say $200 minimum. No matter if it's just 4 foot of sidewalk, $200. I mean, that's the lowest that I do business in pressure washing. Now square footage, if they can give me the square footage, or I will use Google Earth to get a round rate of square footage, and I'll times it usually by 40 cents per square foot. Now, if you don't have a lot of business right now, or if you're just starting, you may want to go down to a minimum of 15 cents per square foot. But again, if that 15 cents a square foot doesn't add up to at least $200, it's $200. You know what I'm saying? You don't even go off the square footage. You say $200 minimum, I'll come out and do it. If you have a lot of work, you can go up on the rate over 40 cents per square foot. But when I quoted that, when I initially quoted those tennis courts, I quoted it at 40 cents per square foot. That's usually the rate that I'll go ahead and start at. And again, the $200 minimum. I do 300, but if I absolutely need some work, $200. Outside of pressure washing and lawn care, what are some other trades that don't take much acquired skill? I'm sure WJ can comment on this as well. I think he does HVAC work and like bathroom remodel and stuff like that. He could probably also comment on that. Drywall. We hired a guy that I actually graduated high school with to do some of our drywall, and he did an amazing job, and we recommended him and still recommend him to other people. So drywall is one, if you can do that. What else? I mean, if you can lay tile. I mean, there's tons of stuff. Painting commercial, like if you go to a Subway, for example, and their parking stripes aren't, like, they're faded, you can be like, hey, can I speak with the manager? Go in there and be like, hey, I paint parking strips and all that good stuff, and you can get started for relatively low cost with that. Take you some tape and a paint roller and put yellow stripes down there. It's pretty easy, and a lot of those will actually pay you a lot of money to do that. Painting, yep, painting. Try to learn every trade. Me too. It's worth it. I mean, like when I went and quoted that woman this morning to do her pool deck, she had some paint that she needed removed, and I used to work at a paint factory, right? So I know how to take that up and how to strip that. And you can charge a lot of money for some paint stripping. Trust me. It's corrosive stuff, and you can charge a lot. Just put it that way. But yeah, painting houses, stripping paint, painting parking stripes, detailing cars. I've done that. That was like right when I got out of high school, which I always kind of messed around and detailed cars here and there. There's just so many things. I'll have to make a list to make like a video on that, like 10 different trades you could get into for low cost or something like that. You know, think of a video I get. Handyman, yep, handyman. Replacing toilets, light fixtures, hanging TVs. So, I mean, there's just like, you can just about do everything. Build a computer if you can do that. I mean, hey, there's money and everything. My papaw has actually never worked a W-2 job. He did when him and my mama first got married. He went and worked at a factory, and he was driving like 3 hours each way, but he quit doing that, and then he became a handyman. He's been doing handyman stuff and like, you know, just like WJ said, placing toilets, fixing toilets, doing everything under the sun for, I mean, shoot, he's closing in on 80. I mean, he's been doing that since his 20s, 60-something years. He's been just doing odd end jobs here and there his whole life. I had a detailing business, was doing $20K a month. Dang. It's just pretty good. Pretty good. For me, detailing is, I don't know. I enjoyed it, you know. I enjoyed it, but I like to move. You know what I mean? Like move around. Just like, you know, walking with the surface cleaner and stuff. Like I like to be moving and not constantly scrubbing one spot. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, detailing is a good business to get into, especially if you got a hot market for it. But yeah, I mean, you could even do like oil changes on box trucks. I mean, hey, have them buy the things to do it, and you charge a little rate. Something to think about. I mean, hey, that way they don't have to go like the dealership mechanic and all that stuff, and they charge them just to come in the door $500. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's something. Hey, you never know. Mine to change my box truck's oil a month was like $270. That's just me doing it and buying the stuff to do it. So I think it was like $279 a month. Change it once a month. So yeah, it might be something to get into. Do you give customers a written receipt with company logo on it, or just general receipt? I do give them. You can just get the little. You can find them at like a Dollar General store or something like that. You can use those receipts. I actually use like QuickBooks. I can invoice them that way, send it to their email, or I can send it to them via text and stuff, and they can pay it with their bank. They can pay it with Google Pay, credit cards, debit cards. That's what I use, and you can put your logo on it. That's what I did. Do you do written or verbal estimates? I do both. I will do it over text, and I will do it in person, just like I did this morning. I did it in actually both. I did it with her over text and in person because I asked for square footage and stuff. It just depends. I just happen to be, she's like very close by, and I told her, well, I want to come look at it before I shoot a number to you. and after she gave me all her details and I did some math, went over and looked at it. You can do both. There's no one way to do it. I do both. Um, like if they're a couple counties away and it's gonna be a hassle for me to have to throw them in the schedule to go all the way to their home and quote it when I maybe have a job to do in like an hour or two, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, well, what's your square footage? What's your rough number? Get them on the phone, call them, and do it verbally that way. It's just however whatever's convenient for you. There's no one way to skin a cat, if you will. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And for those that watch my channel that don't have the ability to do stuff and they're looking for like work at home stuff, think about stuff like freelance, like learn Adobe Photoshop and Premiere Pro, just a little something like more than just doing. That's also a trade in my mind. I mean, being able to make thumbnails, edit videos, voice acting, like, hey, how's it going? You know what I'm saying? There's tons of things you can do. General administrative work. I've done freelancing before. You can be a virtual assistant, do bookkeeping for somebody. Everything's learnable, especially in the world that we live in today, information age. When I had my lunch truck, my square reader had my logo, and the square, I get what you're saying, the little thing you put in your phone, and it would give a physical receipt and or do a text one to them. You could also use Square. I use QuickBooks just because I've used them for so long with my personal accounts and business accounts. And I think if you want the ability to send invoices, it's like $14 a month, up from $7 a month, so it's not bad. It's just $7 more a month, and you're going to pay for that. And the ability to have them use just a bank account, they can enter their routing and account number and send you money, and it's like instant deposit into your bank. But you can use Square. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea if they wanted to pay on the spot, pressure washing and stuff like that. Swap their card with your phone there. It's what my barber does. He uses a little Square little reader thing. It's not a bad idea. But yeah, man, I'm thinking this channel, hopefully, everybody that's watching this channel, like I'm thinking like 10, 15 years out, like of me trying different things, different side hustles, become a main hustle, and then hopefully everybody that watched and tried it for themselves and found some success, we're all swimming in wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way I think of this channel. Hopefully it turns out that way. I'm gonna try to make it that way. Edit YouTube videos for box truckers. I mean, yeah. I mean, there you go. Hey, like hop in people's chat like you just did in my chat and be like, hey, you need a video editor. You know what I'm saying? Video editing is so easy. I remember how intimidated I was the first time I got on Premiere Pro. And now it's just like, man, I know all the little shortcuts on the keyboard and I can just fly through it. I can make a thumbnail and edit a full 15-minute video in no time now. It's crazy. And I'm learning the best thumbnails to use. If you look at people like Mr. Beast and all those people that have millions of subscribers and stuff and have done it on multiple channels, they seem to have, from my own research that I've been doing and analyzing the people that blow up channels, a lot of them don't actually have words or wording and text in the thumbnail. A lot of them have like a main image, and then they'll have a point of focus, so 2 images, and then they'll have some other type of image in. So it's like 3 images mainly, And I noticed that. And I was like, I'm going to try it. And then when I did that, the video kind of blew up ish for me. And I was like, And their titles are also really short, which is interesting. I'm always like auditing and like looking at things and analyzing things and why people do what they do. I think it's interesting. And if they do have words in their thumbnail, it's like one or two, and they're pretty big. Texting the boss of the house, you know what I'm saying? Any Star Wars fans in here today? I know WJ, he made some videos on Boba Fett stuff. Mandalorian like 1.5. I'm looking forward to Obi-Wan, man. I'm ready. My thumbnail game sucks. I mean, if you look at like my older videos, especially on my other channels, and like see the transition over time, it's crazy. And I used to think that those were so good, you know what I mean? Like I was like, man, that's good. And then I look now and I'm like, wow. Loved it by the end. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. It's pretty good. It was pretty good. Like I like where Disney's going with it, but like I also wish that it was still George Lucas, like back when he made the sequel stuff. Want to do another channel for movie and TV reviews? Hey, yeah, I mean, if you got the time for it, I mean, I'd say throw one up and just start making content. You know what I'm saying? Just pump it out there. If you got the extra time and you know, I've seen a lot of people actually, speaking of Star Wars, a lot of YouTubers that wasn't there before made YouTubes going over Star Wars stuff and they've just blew up. A lot of them don't even show their face. And they're like, a lot of them are voiceovers by, like, let me see. I actually have the app that I could use. And it actually, if you do enough audio of your voice, it will talk in your voice. It's freaking insane. It's weird. What's it called? It starts with a D. Descript. So check this out. This is crazy. Sign in. Oh boy. So like you could take people's voices and upload it to this. This is like that deep fake stuff, and you can make them say whatever. If it has it's AI that learns the voice. If it has enough, it can talk just like you, and it freaked me out. Okay. I did my crypto news with it. Let me. Okay. It's called Descript. It's kind of scary. Like I literally took my crypto news video, uploaded it to this, and if it now knows my voice for all these words, and I can make an article now with my videos. It's very insane. And I could actually type out a new project, blah blah blah, create project. Exodus. So if you see here, you have 2 hours and 48 minutes of transcription. You have to upgrade, blah, blah, blah. You can either do audio or video, and then you can start typing like a Word document up. I need to learn how to do that. Is it new composition? Can't remember. Anyway, you can type like a Word document, and it will say it in your voice, and it's crazy. Stephen O'Neill, what is a good price to rent a high ceiling 3-pallet cargo van? 3-pallet cargo van. Do you recommend that business? Company tried to recruit me to run under their authority. 3 weeks out, 1 week home. They take 25%. I mean, if they can get you consistent work, man, if you can work for somebody else and they cover the cost, like if they give you, if they cover fuel and everything, which they probably won't, but honestly, that's the best way to do it today. I would work for somebody else first. And that being do you have to rent the van? I have no idea. I've never rented a cargo van. I don't want to say if I recommend that business or not because I've never done that business, the Sprinter van stuff. So, yeah, I mean, if they're leasing you on under their authority, taking 25%, I mean, that's not a bad deal as long as it makes sense number wise. If you can ask them what's your projected weekly income, monthly income, how far are you going to drive? Is it regional, long haul, short haul, local? I mean, tons of questions. I would be asking tons of questions regarding that. I would have tons of questions. Would you ever get back into trucking? Man, the only reason I would ever get back into trucking, if diesel went back down, I need to look at the news actually for another news video in terms of like how much has diesel went up this past week, how much have rates moved, have they went up? I know last week rates also went down. Diesel went up 75 cents in a week and rates went down, and the amount of loads being posted went down as well. So I might need to look at that. I would have to see a total 180 of the market, less regulation, and I would want to go semi if I was to get back into it and really grind with that again. I mean, that'd be the only way. But then again, like I'm trying to do some things here at home. I would be away from home, and I'm not single, so there's that. Now, if I was single, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't care to go and just be on the road all the time in a semi. But like I want to do a lot of stuff here, and the way that pressure washing's looking, I mean, I'm making so far just this morning, this job I quoted, that's $500 in a single hour. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if trucking couldn't afford me. I mean, just being honest, going back to it. I mean, honestly. I mean, rates would have to be insane. It would have to be like $3,000 loads for 500 miles or something like that, or not even. Like it would have to be pretty insane. Just thinking about like pressure washing, for example, and even mowing and all these trade jobs. Regulations in terms of like DOT, insurance is way less. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a shock collar all the time, like trucking, where you got DOT sitting there, Progressive or whoever you have insurance, that's always due, no matter if you don't move your truck or not. And if you get in an accident, you don't get paid out loss of income if it wasn't your fault until after it's fixed, which there's a parts delay right now, which takes months. I mean, there's just so much stuff. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Trucking is the most over-regulated industry I've ever been a part of. Ever. And I've been a part of e-com, like doing odds and end trade jobs, stuff like that. Detailing, all that stuff. I've been in a paint factory where OSHA is a big thing there, and they're nowhere near as cutthroat as DOT and trucking is. I mean, it's crazy to me. how overregulated the trucking industry is. To me, it blows my mind. And it all depends. Like it's so weird. You can pull into one way station and be perfectly fine, but you can go 50 miles up the road, pull into another one, and depending on the officer how good their day's going, they're like, I'm going to find something, and then they give you a ticket where you just went past a way station and got told you're fine. It's so subjective to who's looking at your truck or who pulls you over. It's so, I don't like it. There's no, yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it. Now, if you could just get insurance that wasn't going to break your freaking bank, I've seen people as high as $5,000 a month. Mine was $2,384. 2 months before it went up to that, it was $1,684 a month, and I've never had accidents on my record, nothing, and it was that high. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Now, you can make good money in trucking, but you really got to have more than one truck. I mean, you really do, to make money. Because one truck, you're gonna make some money, but it's not gonna be like 2 or 3 trucks would be. It's not. You can probably get by, but starting out that first year with that insurance bill, man, it's rough. It is rough. And they wonder why, all these big, humongous trucking companies are buying out these pretty well established smaller companies. They're wondering why that's happening. And it's becoming like a monopoly. It's because the way things are going, they're not going to be able to. And we're talking like 15, 20 plus truck fleets being bought out, semis. It happened just the other day up here in Kentucky. I seen the news. I was like, wow. And like, instead of trucking, you've got to pay $170 a month now to have the best DAT load board, right? And that doesn't even guarantee you work, right? Especially if you're new. You call, and I had some broker tell me that you have to be in business 2 years. And I was like, I made it a year, and I was like, before it was 6 months, a year, now it's 2 years. And they was like, well, let me see what I can do. And they went back and come back and said, well, we're gonna give it to you. I was like, yeah. I was like, what? You got to be 2 years in business now to take your load? It was insane to me. But I mean, you just to get a chance at getting work in trucking, you have to pay for a low board, right? Unless you have some connections built and call factories. You pay for the low board, and you have to call 100 load postings, and let's say you might land 1 or 2 out of the 100. I mean, it's just, whereas like pressure washing and service-based business, you can make a Facebook page for completely free, run $1, $2 a day ads, and get business pretty much on autopilot with Facebook. And then set up a Google My Business and run Google ads for people typing in, pressure washing companies near me, or pressure washing near me, or trucking companies near me. What if you could do that? Trucking company near me. You got to go through all these different hoops, and then you got to deal with being paid out 30 days later instead of literally swiping a card or whatever to instant. It's jacked up, man. It's jacked up, in my opinion. Too much regulation. It's way too much. You might as well forget getting paid cash. That ain't never going to happen. Let me look at my list here, make sure I went over everything I wanted to go over today. Also, those of you, if you're still in here and you're thinking about starting a pressure washing company, find you an attorney to write you up a document for those Karens out there. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any hang on? Do you have any tips on how to present yourself when meeting new customers? I mean, I just did it this morning. Like how I am right here in front of this camera is how I am in real life. I'm no BS, to the point. I just speak my mind. I mean, I'm blunt. I'm straightforward, and I don't really care what people think. So, I mean, you just gotta. I don't know. How can I answer that? I mean, how to present yourself to new customers. Be nice, like don't go in there being a ho like me and stuff. I just go in there. Like she wanted me to remove some paint, and I'm like, well, I've worked at a paint factory and I could take it up, but I was like, I don't do paint stripping. I said it just like that. And have the confidence. Like don't act desperate. When you act like you need that job and you need that money, people can smell that. They can like, this guy's desperate. You know what I'm saying? Go in there like you don't need the work. Okay. Like it would be nice to have it, but you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how I could tell you to, because it's just natural to me. Like I'm used to talking to people, right? I'm not trying to like bloat or gloat, but shake hands firmly, look them in the eye, tell them who you are, what you're there for, and what you think of the job. Is it dirty? It's freaking dirty. And tell them your price, and don't deal with price shoppers. If they start being like, well, this guy over here said he'd do it for $1,000, you're wanting 1,500, and I'll look straight at him and be like, well, I can't beat that. Let me know if things change, and walk away. I mean, that's what you got to do. In terms of, what was I saying before? Shoot, I lost it. What was I saying before I answered that? Yeah, exactly. Don't act like, man, even like calling brokers for trucking, don't act like you need that load. People, I'm telling you, people can sniff BS and desperation a mile away. Trust me. Like, I'm telling you, I can smell it when somebody's desperate. It's like, oh, this guy's desperate. Like, I'm telling you. Again, look them in the eye, firm handshakes. Act like you don't need it. Don't get talked down. Stand firm. Stand your ground. If they start throwing that typical lie, well, I found a guy that'll do it for $1,000, and you're saying you'll do it for $1,500. Could you come down? I'll give it to you first. First off, if they found some other guy to do whatever job for whatever money, why in the heck would they want you to do it when they found that other guy? You know what I'm saying? I can smell BS a mile away. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, come on now. That don't even make sense. But yeah, just, I mean, have confidence in yourself, self-esteem. What was I saying before? I was talking about pressure washing before I just went on that tangent there, answering your question. What the heck was I talking about? I lost the train. Anybody know what I was talking about before I answered that question? You know what I was talking about, Steven? I lost it. Yep, mine's blank. See if I can replay it. Hang on. Let me put my headphones on. Anybody can think about what I was just talking about just then. Doesn't make sense. Now, you can make good money in trucking, but you really got to have more than one truck. I mean, you really do. Okay. Wait, you guys can probably hear that. I'm gonna mute this that way you can't hear that double take. Yeah, there we go. Ah, yeah. There you go, my boy. The document from the attorney. All right. We're in business now. Heck yeah. That's what I said. Ain't that crazy? Uh attorney with document. Thank you. So if you have an attorney or find one that is cheap. To write you up a document basically stating something like that they agree to the services either written or spoken about. Once they sign that line that they have to pay you. That way it protects you, and have somewhere in there that, you'll go over with the customer before the job, things you see that were already done, such as wilted plants, and you grab them by the arm, point at it, and be like, hey, that's not me. Do not file a claim against me. And once they sign that paper, I will not do a job until that paper is signed, just because it protects me and my business, and claims. It also protects me from not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? That way you have something legal backing what you're doing, so they not only, one, know you're official, but two, you're not some crackhead coming in there that got a pressure washer during tax season, and you know what I'm saying? You're actually an official business, and you mean freaking business, especially when you show them a legal document. If they won't sign it, I'm like, okay. I'm like, why won't you sign it? You know what I'm saying? Because there are people out there that will, those Karens out there, they will try something. They'll go out and see something that maybe let's say you already showed them that it might brown the grass a little bit right next to the sidewalk, and they go out there a week later, you get a call, and they're like, hey, this grass is browning right here. You care to come look at it? And it's like, we went over this. It could brown a little bit right next to the sidewalk. I pre-soaked it, but, you can't control 100% of the time. And I'll be like, you sign that document that not only, one, they have to pay me, but two, I'm not liable for things that we went over. So I recommend having an attorney, if I could talk, having an attorney write up a document such as that. I ain't even taken off my boots yet. I need to take off my boots. Yeah, I'll do it later. I feel like right now. I literally just came in and threw up the live stream. Made a quick thumbnail. In 10 minutes. Not even. Attorneys can be hard to find. Do you use a family friend, or did you randomly search for one? I do use a family friend, but you can also go on. Let me see if I can do it real quick. There are places you can go. Let's see. You can find freelance attorneys that will do it for $50. Let me see if I can. Hang on. Let me log in. You can go places like Upwork.com. There's Fiverr. Make sure they have good reviews. Let me see if I can. Okay, let me go to my screen here. Okay, so you can go to places like Upwork, Fiverr. All right, we'll go up here to search talent. Legal documents. If you don't know somebody that knows an attorney, or you don't have a family friend or something like that, you can go right down through here. Now they have this per hour thing, but you can literally like post a job or message them and be like, hey, could you, like lawyer, professional writer, legal researcher from the United Kingdom, United States, certified legal document preparer and experienced paralegal. You can get her, to write you up that document for, like, would you do it for $50? And she'll either say yes or no. You can also do that here. What did we search? Legal documents. I probably wouldn't trust Fiverr as much as Upwork. I would probably trust Upwork more. But you can get it done for relatively cheap, like $50, $50 to $100. But I mean, it's going to pay for itself. You know what I'm saying? In gold. So that's just That's just something you can do. That's how I've gotten a lot of documents done, by going to Upwork. It used to be like freelancer.com, I think, and then they changed it to Upwork back in the day. I've gotten some jobs from there, and I've actually hired a few game developers from there. Hopefully that don't fall. I don't know if WJ's still here, but I mean, if you haven't already, hop into our Discord, and I can either hop in and chat, or you can just hop in there and text chat with people. We got like 40 people in there now, and we all answer questions and ask questions and all that good stuff. I don't know if you've ever used Discord or not, or if you're still here. I'm going to go take a leak, and I will be right back. If y'all haven't already, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe while I go take a leak, and I'll be right back. I'm going to mute. And we're back. Had to text the lady. All right. Any other questions? Any other, again, I will show you guys real quick the pressure washer. If I was going to buy one right now to get started, if I was going to buy and not rent, very important, I need to mention, if you're thinking about renting a pressure washer from like Home Depot and stuff, they take off the downstream injectors. What is the downstream injector? The downstream injector is what delivers the chemical through your pressure washer hose after the pump. That's why it's called downstream. It delivers the chemical through the hose that puts it on the ground that you're going to eventually wash away. The rented ones, they take them off because people will damage their stuff. If you're going to rent one, buy a little $20 injector off Amazon. I'll try to remember to put the link in the description, all that good stuff. It's like $20. Once you get that rented one, have your downstream injector on you and put it on there. Have channel locks, put it on there. You need it. Or you can use a pump sprayer. Up to you. Let me I don't know. Yeah, you guys can see it. Okay. This is the one that I would go with. I looked at Home Depot and Lowe's and all of them. This was the best one I could find. It's got the GX 390 engine. It's right around $1,000. There's some that are a little more, like 1,200, 1,500, and they have the same engine. It's got the same engine. And this one has pretty good reviews, and I've done some research on it, like on forums and stuff, and this one's pretty well rounded from what I've found. It's got the AAA pump, which is a pretty good pump. That's what you want. Now, very important, just like I said, your downstream and your chemicals, never put those through. Do not put those through your pump. It'll destroy it. You want it to be after the pump. As you can see, this will come with the wand. It'll come with those 5 tips right there. So you don't have to buy extra tips if you don't want to, and it'll come with the 50-foot pressure washing hose, which eventually you'll want to update or upgrade to at least 100. I wanted to show that to you guys. And again, remember, if you're renting or you're going to rent, buy a downstream injector and have that on you. And before you return it, take it back off because that's yours. Let me show you the downstream injector. And you want, like, especially when you buy, you'll want to buy a lot of these because they do die out. Eventually they just wear out and you'll have to replace them eventually anyway. Okay. Okay, I'm going to link it in chat. Here's the downstream injector for you guys. I just linked it, by the way. If you're thinking about renting, I think it was Steven that was thinking about doing that. If you rent, they already have those taken off because they don't want you running bleach through it. But, I mean, you're not going, unless you're using a pump sprayer, which will take forever, you're not going to be, you'll be able to clean a lot without chemicals, but just let the chemicals do the work. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. I haven't seen a lot of people that's usually in here. Must be busy. Somebody commented before and said I should make a course because everybody else is doing it or something like that. Man, I was like, man, I'm about to charge like $5,000 per YouTube video. Oh, I just got that comment. I just thought it was funny on a video. We'll see. I don't know. And we've already been pushing on that 2-hour mark already. That's kind of crazy. I had to reply to the woman there. Oh, my dog didn't just crap in the house. It'd be great. Make sure I ain't got none on my boots because that would be awesome as well. Nope. Thought I smelled something there a minute. Yeehaw. Well, anybody else Oh, and a lot of pressure washing stuff. And I'm going to be making content for this as well. But there's a lot of good content out there that's free. Um, I ain't going to name drop anybody at the moment, but it's old, uh, older videos. Like we're talking years and stuff, but nothing's really different, honestly. And there's a lot of good free information out there, which I'm going to also be adding to that free information as I do jobs and stuff and record and edit and all that good stuff. Chuck Norris, do you need 3 trucks to box truck for Amazon? Only seen one of your videos like 10 minutes ago. This is my second video. Oh, nice, dude. Welcome to the channel where we keep it straight for you. No, you just need 1. You don't need 3. I don't know who said that. You could, if you plan on growing in a short period of time, you could put on your DLT that you have to, even if you don't have to, because they don't ask you to enter in VINs, and that'll also, I believe, get you access to their contracts quicker for box trucks than just having the 1, which it takes a long time. And I don't have the exact information on it, but they do contract biddings on like within 150 miles or 200 miles, 250 miles or something like that, for specifically box trucks. But no, you don't have to have 3. You just have to have 1. That's awesome. Second video, and it's me live. Make sure you join our Discord. I got the pinned comment up at the top there. That's where our community lives outside of YouTube. It's completely free. If you got any questions, you can ask in that Discord, and not only me, but other people can help you and answer. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Think of like Zoom and Skype and messaging apps had a baby. You can like text chat, voice chat, video chat. You can do it all. And it's free. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Everybody still there? Chat's moving awful slow. What's everybody doing? Everybody busy? I need to do some things here in a little bit. I'll try to stay live for another 17 minutes or so. Reach that 2-hour mark. Might as well. We're already almost there. I do need to get some things done, though. I need to edit that video, put that video out. And then I got some household stuff I need to take care of. And then I'm going to start ramping up and making more Facebook ads and posting in different Facebook groups. See if I can get some more business. I'll definitely check it out. Been binge watching On the Road Trucking Life, and now I'm checking out box trucking. That's awesome, man. It's awesome. I'm guessing you drive semi or pickup, hot shot. It's pretty cool though. Yeah, it's interesting to get into, but the way I'm of the opinion as of right now, the way that the market's going for trucking, that it's, I don't know, man. It's going to get bad. I feel like I feel like it's going to get bad the way that things are going. Not only for trucking, but for everything else in terms of like mentions of war. We haven't had a market crash in forever, and diesel skyrocketing and regular gas skyrocketing. Everything else going up, the hyperinflation. I don't know, man. Sketches me out, man. With the gas prices, yeah, man. Everything. Um, you know, higher fuel means higher cost of living in terms of food. Everything. I've seen people's electric bills going up. I mean, it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody does, but I feel like that everybody's about to be in for a very rude awakening. I can just feel it. You know what I mean? I can just feel it. Be sure to remember to subscribe, by the way. If you don't mind, like the live stream while you're here. Appreciate you stopping by, even though you just found the video. It's all good. We're good to have you. Appreciate you coming around. Got to stack up on essentials. That's right. I mean, man, we went to Sam's Club, and in 2018 we filled up 2 buggies with food, toilet paper, all that stuff, and dog food for right around 300, maybe a little bit over $300. 2 full buggies. Now we went just the other weekend. We didn't even fill a single buggy up. It was like it had like a fourth more to be filled up, and it was almost $500. It's getting bad, especially right now. You think you get a lot of discounts for buying in bulk, but I dread it. But you gotta do what you gotta do. It's the way it is, I guess. That is the way it is. Oh man, I'm getting tired sitting here. That's why I like keep moving as well. It's crazy. It's already 3:00. But I got a lot done, but it's crazy. It's already 3:00. What's everybody's weekend plans? What's everybody doing for the weekend? I know right now it's looking pretty rainy, pretty cloudy, pretty messy where I'm at, but hopefully it warms up. I think they're giving like 70 in the 70s tomorrow and Sunday. Man, I'm ready. And then I heard somebody mention they're giving snow again where I'm at, and I'm just like, why? In March. Chris, hello. I got a lot done today as well. What did I miss? What did you miss? Man, we've been going for an hour and 50. You missed a lot. But we just went over the startup costs of starting a pressure washing business. I'm in Kentucky. We went over the must-haves and good things to have for pressure washing. We went over the state of the trucking industry. WJ's World hopped in. He text chatted a little bit about service jobs. We went over a lot. We went over like how to sell yourself and be confident when you go meet new customers. We dabbled on pretty much just about everything today in this live stream. It was a pretty good live. A lot of good advice, a lot of good information. I feel like was in this live stream. It was pretty good. It might be one of my best overall live streams. I think a lot of good information jam packed in these 2 hours we've been going. But yeah, I'm in Kentucky. Can you hear the accent? Man, I could really get into like the deep in a holler one tooth accent. You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised there for the first 6 years of my life. Yeah, wish I was here early on. I mean, you can go back and watch it once the live stream's over. I'll have it up in public, so no big deal. You can go back and watch it. It's jam packed with info. I feel like I might honestly take a few clips from this one and upload them because there's pretty good information in this one. I was starting with the trucking. I have 20-foot reefer. That's good. Hey, reefer. There's no matter how bad it gets. I always say that food will need to be transported, and they will pay to have it moved. You know what I'm saying? Because it's time sensitive. So no matter how bad it gets, I feel like if you've got a reefer, you're going to be all right. I feel like you'll be okay. That's just the way I feel. Right now, the rates for reefer over dry van is about 50 cents per mile so far right now. And both of them dropped this past week. Not this past week, the week before. Oh, Lord. I need to wake up. I drank all this coffee sitting here, but I feel like it ain't doing anything. Freaking Dunkin' Donuts. Come on. Definitely. Oh, yeah. What we want to talk about? We want to talk about something. Oh, yeah. I can get really into the accent, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can act like a lot of people. It's funny. I've actually done a little bit of voice acting and like commentary and stuff. It's pretty cool. Like, and I've been told all throughout my life I got a radio voice, and it's funny because my dad does radio, you know what I'm saying, on the side. So it's kind of weird. But, yeah. Next time on Jay's Side Hustles. You can do like a commercial. LMAO. Yeah, I was down there in the holler down there. It was a rabbit I started chasing. Oh, man. I hopped in that truck over there and I fired him up and I went right down the road. That made me $1,000. Yeah, you do have a radio voice. I've been told that all throughout my life after like 9th grade. But man, I've been raised up around like, man, you talk about like, you call them hicks and man, whew, man, they got that slang, you know what I'm saying? Whew. I can get into it if I want to. It's so funny. A whole radio show like that? What, like the I gotta go. I'll check out the live later. Take care. Awesome. See you later, Chris. Take care, buddy. Appreciate you rewatching the live though. But yeah, Chuck, what do you mean the like the southern slang talk, or like the next time on Jay's Side Hustles we go over pressure deep southern? Yeah, yeah. I went down the road. I went down the road down there and seen me a little skunk. I went and killed him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, my buddy down there went and totaled his vehicle. Man, man, and that's like their normal talk. Like and I can understand a lot. And I actually know a little bit of Japanese. I know some Russian. A little Spanish. But like, I feel like, man, Southern accent talk is its own language. Like, I just feel that way. Man, sometimes I'm just like, huh? They're like, you know. I'm like, what? What did you say? It's hilarious. So crazy to think about, like how different people talk around America. You know what I'm saying? Like people got that Jersey voice. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people like down here that have the Southern drawl accent. You know what I'm saying? Country. And then you got the very proper oh my nail. You know what I'm saying? You got the very proper talk. You've got, it's just so crazy how diverse it is. And then you've got people from other countries that speak their own language here. It's crazy how diverse America is. Best box truck video to check out. Terms of mine, let me see. I think the best, most recent video I put out was probably that I put out. I mean, I've got a lot of little videos here and there, like pre-trip, post-trip, trucking questions answered, FAQs. This one, though, the how to get consistent loads without a load board. That's probably like one of my best, I feel like. It's probably one of my best ones. What else? I've got a bunch, man. How to find box truck loads. I've got that one. How to find a box truck. Best load boards to use for box trucks. How to raise pay for Amazon Relay. How to negotiate more with brokers for box truck. I've got ride-alongs. I've got vlog style videos. I mean, that one right there, the one how to get loads without a load board, is probably one of my best ones. I just shoot it to everybody raw. And straight to the point. I wish it would rain or whatever it plans on doing. I need to go at some point and rearrange my back porch back there. I don't want things sitting here for 2 hours talking. It can make you tired. Holy crap. Oh yeah, man. Amazon Relay, man. I haven't ran for them in a long time. And it's like the number one place for new carriers to go in turn, which makes it saturated. Because you've got newer people in there just seeing whatever Tom, Dick, and Harry goes in there, sees whatever rate pops up, and they're like, "Oh, awesome! I made $300 tonight, and I drove 8 hours." It's like, and you know, it'll be like 250, 270 miles, $300, and it's just like 325 if that. It's just not a good place. You know what I'm saying? And then because they're taking those rates, the AI adjusts to that. And thus it takes a very long time to raise the rates. It's just not a good place, in my opinion. In my opinion. It's a professional opinion. It's just unlicensed. Think about it. It's professional, just unlicensed. All right, I'm out of coffee. I'm falling asleep. Oh, Lord. Any other questions? Any other questions? We've hit the 2-hour mark. I do have things to do, so I'm not going to be on here too much longer. We'll hang around a minute. Let me get my to-do list back out. Old-fashioned writing on a piece of paper. I got to make some posts on the pressure washing Facebook page. Gotta take care of some household chores while I'm here. I need to rearrange the back porch, and I need to clean out my personal vehicle. All right. If you are going to get into pressure washing, by the way, or any business, in my opinion, you need some sort of planner, by the way, and just get literally just a basic 2022 planner. You can get it off Amazon. In my opinion, that keeps everything organized, nice, neat. You don't forget stuff. Like, say I quote a job and they accept it and they pay me, I can write it down. That way I don't be like and look at it every morning and be like, what I gotta do today? Oh, I gotta do this. I recommend any business to have some sort of planner, either online or on their phone or actual paper planner. I like writing, so. I watched the How to Write. Oh, I already answered that. My bad. Well, anybody, anywhere, have anything else they would like answered or any input into anything before I head out? It was a very good live. Oh, man, sorry. I'm telling you what, sitting here's putting me to sleep, guys. Whew. I don't know how people do it. They'll stream for like 8-10 hours a day, man. Whew. I would fall asleep right during it. I like to stay active, keep going. We had a good information rich live stream today. I appreciate everybody coming out. Those of you that are watching this as a recording, rewatching it through, I appreciate it. Please leave a like on it if you don't mind, especially if you watched all the way to the end of it. And be sure to subscribe. I'm going to have to get up before I fall asleep. Hopefully you guys got some good little golden nuggets. I'll probably take some inserts, some little patches of this video and upload later. And if you don't mind, watch those as well and just drop a like. If you don't care, you don't have to. But I feel like there's a lot of good information in this live stream that we had today. Very, very good information. So I'll see you guys next time, and peace out. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Hop in our Discord. That's what the link is for. It's free. You can get help from me, not only me, but also people, other people. There's 40 members right now in there of the community, and that's where I want the community to live outside of YouTube. You know what I mean? That way we can keep in touch with each other. We can text, voice chat, video chat. Everything works over there. It's like a free everything in one. I'll definitely check out some videos. Thanks, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Be sure to sub. You know, I'm trying to grow a community here. My goal is 15 years down the road. Hopefully you're still here and we're all growing wealth together. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal of the channel. So peace out. I'm going to go get some work done and wake up. See you later.